Cool. So our first topic for today is what is spirituality? And since it's my question, I'm going to kick it off. I'll give you like a minute version of my answer, which changes every time that I answer this. And then you get to discuss it in your small groups, and then we'll come back and talk about it as a group. So for me, spirituality is a mystery. I'm constantly discovering what it is. And the last couple years, I've been intentionally stepping into mystery. And what I found that as I work on myself and work on unlearning the habits that don't contribute to life, that I find myself more like whole. I'm finding more wholeness within myself. And that also opens up, almost paradoxically, as I connect with myself, I find that I'm also connecting more with other people and for something beyond the current connection. And I think that sort of matches my experience of spirituality, that it's kind of an experience for me, is it's connecting to something beyond myself. So that's the question. I invite you to explore that with your small group, and then we'll come back and harvest as a group. Okay. So let's go to our breakout rooms, and we'll see you. You'll have about 5 minutes total. All right, welcome back. How was your exploration? Who would like to share?
I can say something.
Yeah.
I very much thank for the conversation that happened between me and Trey. I feel like now what I want to share is that I feel spirituality is so unique that the way how you see it or trying to get on the journey, trying to find it is so unique. And some of us, like me, I was born and raised as an atheist and never believed in anything that I cannot physically touch or see or hear. But just sometimes it could just change all upside down and give you such amazing experience. Or as other people, they were born and they were told there was the God and it works this way, like a program. And until a certain time, you find it may not be like that. And then you work on the journey trying to find what it actually means to you. So I really truly appreciate this search, this journey. I'm complete.
Thank you, Julia. That resonates for me. Twinkle fingers over here. Yeah, Catherine, please unmute yourself.
I appreciated what Joe had to share in our group. He mentioned something that I forgot to even make note of, and it's very powerful. That since he's been coming to the groups, the synchronicities started happening. You know, more his life. You know, what came into his life, and I'm finding that's happening. That happened immediately before I went to a different NVC group before I came to this one. And I noticed this because like I'm releasing old mindsets and beliefs, and negative mindsets, negative beliefs. And that's a transformation. I would consider it a spiritual transformation. And it's completely effortless. It's not like, oh, after I leave this group, I want this to happen. Or I was looking for this and I wanted to transform it in the group. And therefore, when I leave the group, I want this to happen. It just spontaneously happens once you let go. So that's what NVC is doing for me. And I see it's happening in other people's lives. So there's something to be said for that. Yeah. And I can say I wasn't getting that going to the temple that I go to. I mean, we were releasing all these other blockages, but we weren't, there was not I'm like, something's missing here. And it was that connection, that human interaction and dynamic, and understanding yourself and your own thought processes and what needs to be released and let go of. So this is a nice addition and very important and significant for me, at least. So yeah, to my spirituality.
Thank you, Catherine.
So just to segue on what Catherine just said, you heard her talk about releasing blockages, and she was sharing that with me in the breakout session. And it's like, whoa, that's almost exactly what Calderon was talking about that I typed in about unlearning the habits that don't contribute to life. You know, it's just releasing the blockages of, and just you know, finding what's left and, you know, living in there. And so I like that paradigm. I'm complete.
Thanks, Joe. Does anyone else have energy to talk about your version of spirituality? And I love the variety. For me, the answer relies on all of our perspectives, our unique perspectives.
Well, I'm just feeling like someone is about to say something, so I'm going to fill in the gap for you a little bit, give you some more time. So I heard myself tell all of you about, during my introduction, that NVC is my spirituality. But in the breakout session, I was realizing, and also I heard those words resonating. You know, I don't even know what the word spirituality means, but NVC is more of like a strategy or technique that sort of, like the word spirituality, just points me in that direction, and it just puts me in touch and where I experience it more, and whatever that it is, and which is my segue to you, whoever you are who wants to speak next to discuss what the it is.
I guess I'll speak. Thanks, Joe. I don't know exactly.
I knew there was someone.
There was something bubbling up. I'm sorry I didn't raise my hand. I just went in there, James. Is that okay? Okay. So yeah, it's an interesting word. I'm on a dating site and it asks your religion. So I put spiritual. And like I told Julia, I'm more concerned about someone being atheist. I just want them to have a faith. But it is nice that they share my view on the world. And for me, spirituality is more about believing in the universe, manifesting. For me, I like to walk my talk, and I like to, I don't know, it is really kind of hard to explain it. It is kind of hard to explain it, but I also believe in like past lives, and I believe in, and I'm realizing looking for a partner, all these things are important because I get excited about all that. I get excited about manifesting, about writing down how many participants I want for my workshop and attracting that in my life. But it's also, for me, someone who's spiritual is someone who's doing their inner work. Like I told Julia, I could have bought a house probably on Maui over the past 30 years with the money I spent on my physical and mental and you know, my health. And to me, that there's nothing like it. I want to be a better me every day, and I am. And NVC is a part, just one of the many things that contribute. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Tree. Resonates for me. Seems like inner work paradoxically opens up other dimensions to other people and something beyond just the connection. It's my experience too. All right, any final shares, anybody? You don't have to, but you're invited to. And that includes you too, Ala. If you'd like to speak, just unmute yourself and share your experience.
Or type.
I really liked the conversation I had with Shannon, because it's like, from the outside, it seems that our definitions of spiritualities are almost opposite. But yet, it's only on the outside, because I have this feeling that they're the same, or at least they completed each other. I'm actually curious of Shannon's thoughts on this topic, but yeah, it's if I were to shorten it to one word, we would either call it the rock, some kind of rock of truth, or maybe some expanding. Yeah, and I definitely love the exchange I had with Shannon on this topic.
I enjoyed it as well, Ala. I think what I'll share real quickly on that is that I think fluid, that the definition can be very fluid and always expanding and changing. I think that's where we kind of came together on our definitions also.
Thank you. I loved hearing that. And I've been taking notes just to sort of summarize the discussion, and that's in the shared Trello board. So this feels kind of cooked. You guys good with we go on? All right.